Across the Horn of Africa, early warning systems already know when a crisis is coming. The forecasts exist. What they don't have is a way to reach the people who need to act in time, in a language they speak, through a channel they actually have. This is Dira, the next horizon. Dira is a causal situation room for the IGAD region. It ranks every zone by pressure and shows exactly how many people live inside each one. 6 of 22 zones need attention right now. Color on this map is the forecast itself. Every shade you see is generated by a model, not a manual estimate. Darker means more pressure building, and every zone is scored against its neighbors because risk doesn't stop at a border. 2 independent scores feed every zone. One is the model's own forecast, built purely from climate and conflict history. The other is human and media corroboration, verified field reports and live news. These are never quietly blended. They are combined by one written, auditable rule, so nothing is a black box. Every prediction ships with its own explanation. Each factor you see here, rainfall anomaly, vegetation stress, incident history, even pressure spilling in from a neighboring zone, is a real assigned contribution to that cycle's score. Analysts can ask about any zone and get an answer grounded in this same evidence in plain language. Here's a real assessment. Gambela Lowlands, Ethiopia, 47 out of 100. Conflict pressure forecast for the next 31 days, July 31st to August 30th. 412,000 people live in this zone. 31,000 are already displaced. Every situation shows its work, how the model weighed the risk, how a verified field report, logged by a named community leader, moved the score, and exactly how much weight that human correction carried under the system's own rule. And the evidence itself is alive. Dira continuously pulls in verified field reports, live hazard bulletins, and breaking humanitarian reporting, like this food security outlook, published just hours before this recording, sourced directly from Relief Web. Nothing here is stale. The system is reading the region in real time. Every source is tracked, timestamped, and traceable back to its original document. So any analyst can open the primary report and verify it themselves. This is where prediction becomes information you can trust, not a black box score, but a fully cited regional intelligence feed. But a forecast that never leaves the dashboard saves no one. This is dispatch, the last mile. When a zone crosses threshold, Dira drafts a plain language alert, automatically, but never automatically sent. A named human reviews every word, chooses who it reaches, and signs it before anything goes out. Recipients aren't anonymous numbers. They're named contacts, community leaders, peace committees, DRM focal points, each one addressable directly by zone, by language, by channel. Approved alerts go out as real outbound voice calls narrated in Swahili, reaching people with no smartphone and no data plan, just a phone that can ring and a keypad that can answer back. Every delivery is tracked, sent, delivered, acknowledged, or flagged for review if a call goes unanswered. Dira doesn't just send the warning, it knows who received it and who still needs a second attempt. Zoom out, and the region tells its own story over time. Conflict incidents by month, displacement by country, food security by phase. all cross-referenced against the same live model. Underneath all of it is one forecasting engine, Light GBM, trained on over 11,400 rows of climate and conflict history, looking 30 days ahead, benchmarked openly against simpler baselines. It has to actually beat to stay trusted. And every number behind that model, rainfall, vegetation, conflict events, comes from a named, licensed, live-tracked source. 15 data feeds, over 150,000 rows, nothing hidden, nothing assumed. This is Dira, a model that doesn't just predict a country's risk. It predicts it, explains it, corroborates it with real human evidence, and puts a verified human voice into the hands of the people who need to act days before the crisis arrives. Prediction that closes the last mile. That's the next horizon.